Hello ladies, just getting it all set up for you. Hopefully I can get it all nice and straight now. There we go, I think that's pretty good. Oh, let's take it up just a little bit more. There we go. Right, got everything in the picture, I think. Okay, so welcome to our mini catalogue launch and celebration special. I'm using the flowing flowers, and that's on page 36 of the mini catalogue. And I'm also using a celebration reward. So this is the flowing flowers that I'm using. Cannot wait to play with that a little bit more, but this is really my first play. Okay, and the celebration product that I'm using, you have to spend $180 to get it for free, but it's this one here with Special Moments, it's called, and I'm going to use the stamp out of it for someone who is wonderful in each and every way. So I'm making a mini, God, what is it called? Sorry, lost for words. Note card and envelope box. So we're using one piece of DSP to do the whole thing. So this is our finished product. I'll just move these other products out of the way. That's our finished product. Okay, I'm going to show you how to cut it and be able to get all the pieces for the cards. I'm not going to show you individually how to make the cards because it's pretty self-explanatory. So we've got that thank you card. I'll just move this for a minute. This just a note. This just a note. And this thank you card. And then imagine there's 4 envelopes because I've run out of Memories and More cards and envelopes. I'm just doing 1, but imagine there's 4 and they all fit inside this cute little box. It's very simple and easy, just like that. Okay, so away we go. I'll just quickly show you. Okay, I'll show you how to cut the cardstock now. So I'll just move those out of the road. I'll show you again these ones at the end. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut our piece of cardstock from this template. Now, I watched Stampin' Jill. She has a YouTube channel, and this was her template, but the picture in her instructions was a bit light, so I created a template for myself. And then this is how we make our box with this template. So this 7 1/8 by 12 inch, we will end up cutting like this to make the box. So I'll show you how to do that very quickly. Okay, so you need to bring your trimmer in, and you need to extend your arm on your trimmer because we need 7 1/8. Okay, now if you've got directional paper like this one, it's not so, doesn't really matter. Try and get a piece of DSP that's not so directional. So we're going to cut it at 7 1/8. So 7 1/8. Okay. Make sure it's straight, and then we're going to cut that. Okay, so just put this one aside for the minute. That's going to be for our cards. So I'll show you how to do the cutting for this one. So on our template here, as you can see, it's not to scale. We're going to do a 1/2 inch score, a 1 inch score on either side. So once you've done this one, you just flip it around and do the other one. And then we're going to do a 3 1/2 inch score, a 4 inch score, a 7 3/8, and a 8 1/4. So, okay, let's get going. So, because I want to make sure I'm directional, I'm gonna score on this side. So we're gonna go 1/2 inch. Make sure you're using your scoring blade and not your cutting blade. And don't press too heavy when you're scoring. just enough to give you a nice, so flip it around and do the same on this other side. So 1/2 inch, score, and then 1 inch score. Okay, and then we're going to flip it and we're going to score at 3.5, three and a half, 4 inches, 7 3/4. So this is why you need your arm extended on your trimmer. 7 3/4, and then 8 1/4. And then what we're going to do then is we're going to cut out this bit here from the 3.5 inch score line down to the 12 inch on the 1 inch score line. So find our 3.5 inch, just check before you do it to make sure. So that's definitely our 3.5 inch side there. Okay, so we're going to cut 3.5. We're going to go using our cutting blade, we're going to cut into 1 inch. So on our trimmer we have a measurement there, so I'm just going to cut to the 1 inch line, and then I'm going to drag my blade down, and I'm going to cut from there to there, and that's got my 1 inch, and then I'm going to cut from the 3.5 inch line. Yep, I think that's my score line. Yep, and then we're going to cut it at 1 inch. So put it on the 1 inch line, and then we're going to cut from this 3.5 inch. Where is my cut? Down there. Righto. So from there down to there. Okay, so get rid of that piece, we don't need that. And the same on the other side. So line it back up on your 1 inch on this side and find where your cut is, so it's down about there, and then make sure it's straight, and then cut from there down to your 12 inch. So you're left with this piece here. Okay, so for now we don't need the trimmer anymore, so I'm just going to put it to the side. Okay, burnish and fold all of your score lines just so you get a nice crisp edge. And this one, and then these ones. So we're making our box with this one. Okay, and then again down here at 7 3/4. Move out of the road, mate. Where's my other score line? There it is. And at 8 1/4. So just burnish all those. Now we're going to use some, well, those of you who use tear and tape will use tear and tape or your favorite adhesive. I use a different brand, so I'm just going to quickly put a couple of pieces of tape in here on that outside edge score line, so that we can stick our box together. I'm going to peel that one off and pop him on there. Just don't cover your score line because you need to make sure you're not going to see the tape. Okay, then the next one. And make sure you don't have any tape sticking over the ends either, like I have just here at the moment. Okay, and then one more piece. If I can get the piece of sticky tape off my finger. Alright, peel that one off. Discard that. Pop that on there. Okay, so now what you're going to literally do is you're going to fold up your box. Get my tools out of the road so you can see. So you're going to fold the box up so that this edge sticks to that edge, and it's not going to work for me at the moment. There we go. I've just kept that other piece of tape on there for now, and then once that one side's stuck, I'll peel it off. Let's peel this off now so it all can stick. Oh, 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 don't rip, don't rip, don't rip, don't rip. It's the only trouble with tape. Oh, now I've ripped it. But anyway, try and make it go right to that edge without doing what I did. Okay, let's try on this one. So we'll go right along that edge. Can you see that? And then we'll just peel out that other piece. There we go. So that becomes our box, which is, mine's a bit skew-iff, so we won't look at that one. We'll throw that one away and we'll look at this one. So then I'm going to use a 2-inch punch to punch out my slot to get my cards out of. Okay, so that's our box. Now on to cutting our DSP. So on our template, I'll move all this other stuff out of the road so you can see. On our template, we have to cut it a certain way, otherwise we won't get our pieces. Okay, so here we go. I'm just getting my trimmer back out again. So we're going to cut a 1-inch piece off this edge. Actually, I'll turn it so it's straight up and down. There we go. So cut that one. 1 inch. Then we're just going to go to the 3.5 inch mark. Now, we're at the 3.5 inch mark, so I'm just going to chop this little bit off and I'm just going to discard that. You could use it for inside of your cards or anything like that. Then we're going to flip this and turn it this way. We're going to cut it at 2 inches, 3 inches, because that's 3.5, so there's our, right, and then we're going to go down here to the bottom and we're going to cut a 1-inch strip, and that should be 7 inches long. So I'll just check that. That one is definitely 7 inches long, so we're going to cut that one in half at 3.5. Okay, so there's those two bits. And then we've got left, this piece should be 2.5. Okay, so we're going to cut a 3/4 inch strip off of it. Oh no, we'll swap it this way, sorry. We're going to go cut it at 5, because we need to get a 5-inch piece. So this little piece here, that's a scrap. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, and then our scrap down there. I'll show you in a minute once I've cut it. Then we're going to cut the 3/4 inch piece. And that's 5 inches long. 5 inches, so that goes down here. And then this piece should be 1 3/4. There we go, that piece is 1 3/4. Okay, I'll bring my pieces back in onto this and show you. Okay, so there's our 1-inch piece. There's our 2 by 3.5. There's our 3 by 3.5. Here's our scrap. Now I can show you a little trick to do with that at the end. Okay, and then there's our 1 inch by 3.5 inch. Our 3/4 inch by 5. And 1 3/4 by 5. Now, this piece here, this scrap, and this piece here, and one of these I didn't use in my original 4 cards, okay? So you can just pull them out, but I will show you some cards that I have used those with. Okay, so we're just gonna focus on these guys. So this guy here becomes our belly band to go around our box. Okay, so what you're going to do is, what did I do with my box? Here we go. This is the good one. No, that's the bad one. Here's the good one. So just literally you are going to pinch and crease and go around your box to make your belly band. You don't want it super tight, because if it's super tight, you won't be able to get it on your box. So just give yourself a bit of room. I'll straighten that up a bit, and then pinch that again, and then you're just going to glue there to glue that together. Don't glue it to the box, just these 2 pieces glue together. Righto. So here's one I prepared earlier. So I'm just going to pop that on here like that. Okay, so that one can go on there. Now, you know that scrap that I talked about? This scrap? What I've done is I've used the dies that I'm using for our words. This one out of Tasteful Labels. And I've just put an extra bit so that I can put behind my word. Like this, okay? So I'm just going to stick that on there. Just put a little bit of glue. And stick it on there. It doesn't have to be lots, but just enough so you can see it. And there's the other end that I chopped as well. So same bit of glue on this end. And put that on just to give us a bit of color at the ends. Okay, now one end you're probably not going to see that. So I've got that piece, and then I also fussy cut one of the flowers and used some of the crinkled seam binding ribbon on it. Okay, so I'm just going to stick this one down. Stick it as far to that edge as you can, because your flower takes up a fair bit of room on this other side. So we're just going to stick our flower down. Actually, I might use tape on that, just to make sure it's not going to fall off. Right, which way's our flower going? So I can go straight across here, and that should hold our flower in place. There we go. So, yep, I've just added that little bit of ribbon just to give it a bit of extra zhuzh, and that becomes our belly band. Okay, so that's that bit. Now, getting back to these cards, so I'll just take that off and leave that there. Oh, that goes off there. Okay, so our cards now. Let's get our dies out of the road. I'm going to show you what I did with those in a minute. Okay, so that's just our envelope. Right, so this one I just popped on there. I did a bit of stamping with this stamp and this one in, whoops, upside down. Oh, now I've got ink on my hands. In Merry Merlot. Yep, that's what I used, Merry Merlot. And then another bit of this one on this other side. Oops, oh, I'm all hands on this other side. So that's that card. So that's our number 1 card. And then I die cut thank you from our stamp set. I die cut that word with another one of the Tasteful Labels, and I die cut thank you for that. Okay, so our next card is this one. So we're going to use this piece of paper. So again, I used the big stamp over there, and then just part of this one to get a bit of that splatter. Okay, and then cover that up and put just a note on that one. So that's our second card. And then our third card is this one where we use the long piece. So this is why I'm saying you need to make sure you've got directional paper if it's going to matter when you stick them down on the edges. So on that one, I did it right up to the edge of the card, but on the other one that I made previously, which I made with dimensionals on my things and it was just too thick, I moved it over a bit so that it was like that. Okay, so either or, whichever way you want. So you've got those two options on that one. And then another thank you. So these are what's for your scraps, your little scraps for your words. So that's that one. And then the last one, I just simply used the smallest blossom in the floral set and just stamped randomly, I guess, down the card, put the strip on, and then just added my just a note. And then I embellished with the Genial gems. Now, where did I put them? I did just have them. Here they are. The Genial gems. Now, I'm not normally a green girl, but I've been using a lot of green lately. So I've used all those green and almost all of these green ones. So I'll have to get some more. Now, you know how I said I had those two leftover pieces? See these two? These are the two cards that I made with them. So that one with one of those floral blooms and a thank you up here in this corner. So that's that one. I'll pop that up there for a minute. So that was that one. With that up there and a floral bloom and some ribbon. And then the other long piece, this piece here, I just did basically the same thing as I did in that second last card that I showed you. Just a row of floral stamping and then our thank you and some Genial gems. So, you know, you could just make 4, but I made 6. So it's a quick and easy one sheet wonder, this one. It doesn't take too much time, but I'll just show you all the cards again without all the pieces so that you can have a good look at them. Okay, I'll get my pieces out of the road. So let's get all this out of our road. That over there, that over there, that over there, that over there. That one and that one. Okay, so I don't need that one. So these are my 4 cards. Now, as I said, I've run out of envelopes and note cards, so I've only stamped 1 envelope, but of course you stamp 4, you will fit 4 in there. So I'll pop 4 cards in and show you. No, not that one. 1, 2, not that one. 3, 4. So I'll pop them and imagine there's 4 envelopes. Pop them in here. Come on, mate. Go in. So, you know, you've still got plenty of room for the other envelopes still in there. Then you close that up and you put your belly band around. So, oh, come on. A compact little gift that, you know, you might need a quick gift in a hurry. Well, this is one of those presents that you can give. Just might put some more gems on there. I just realised there's some missing, so I'll just chuck a couple of them on here. Where's my take a pic tool? So I'll go one up there and this one down here, and then I'll put another big one up the top there. There we go. So I'll bring the other cards back in that I've used dimensionals on and put around the page. So we've got that one. Put them back in my tray so I don't lose them. Okay. Just a note. Thank you. Another just a note. Don't know if we can see all this. I hope we can. Just a note. Yep. And then these are the two extra ones that I did. So that one with a bit of ribbon and this one with a bit of ribbon. So as you can see, you can make lots of beautiful samples with this set. I hope that you find it easy to make these note cards and envelopes on this One Sheet Wonder. Thank you for joining us too, because without you guys supporting us, we probably wouldn't do a little mini launch on our own, especially at the moment with Corona and everything. I hope everybody's staying well and safe. I'll just bring back in the template again so that you can see how we cut that up. And this is our box, this one here. So yeah, so, and all of our pieces I'll pop back on there and show you. Okay, let me put another box in underneath here just to make it about the same height. Okay, so there's our box. There's our little 3.5 inch pieces. There's our 2 inch piece. There's our 3 inch piece. Our little scrap, which I used to add extra bits to the end of that, just this thing on the belly band. There's an extra bit, and there's that one. And then of course this is our strip for our belly band. So I truly hope that you found that easy to follow along with. There will be instructions on my blog, and Vicky has put up the measurements for you so that you can get it pre-done. Okay ladies, thank you very much. I'll just grab these back out to show you. So yeah, so that is my make and take number 5, I think I am. Thank you again ladies. Thank you Vicky for all the work that you do, and to Bronwyn, Robbie, Annette and Monica, thank you for your wonderful creations. And Vic, I don't know, some days I don't know how I do it without you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye ladies, hope you're having a lovely day.